Thomas P.Grazulis is a meteorologist who has written extensively about tornadoes and is head of the Tornado Project. Biography. Early career. Thomas Grazulis grew up in Worcester, Massachusetts and first confronted the power of a tornado at age 11 following the violent 1953 Worcester tornado, an F4 which killed 94 people and passed approximately 1 mile north of his childhood home. Grazulis earned a bachelor's degree in meteorology from Florida State University and was briefly a broadcaster, in part presenting the weather. He was a science teacher in New Jersey and worked on the Earth Science Curriculum Project with the National Science Foundation. He and his wife Doris, also a teacher and a small business operator, then moved to the St. Johnsbury, Vermont area in 1970. In 1972, he and Doris released Approaching the Unapproachable, a documentary film on tornadoes that was the first to consider tornadoes in a scientific context rather than as a hazard. Tornado Database. In 1979, Grazulis began working with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission in creating a history of tornadoes. Specifically, he worked on refining and augmenting the databases of tornadoes maintained by the National Severe Storms Forecast Center in Kansas City, Missouri, as well as the database headed by Ted Fujita. The objective was to determine tornado occurrence and intensity distributions, i.e., tornado climatology, for risk assessment studies. Grazulis' tornado database work was considered important enough that it was followed by 5 years of funding from the National Science Foundation. In the process, Grazulis traveled the country visiting dozens of libraries, museums, university archives, historical societies, and the like, to eventually chronicle 60,000 tornadoes, 50,000 of them included in a single 1,400-page book. He is estimated to have read 25,000 microfilm reels of mostly major newspapers. His work concentrated in state libraries and the U.S. Library of Congress, but also included local libraries when pertinent. The first book, results from the NRC-funded work, was Significant Tornadoes, 1880 to 1989. Sales of the book filled the gap in tornado information, and strong sales led to an expansion, Significant Tornadoes, 1680 to 1991. In turn, sales of this book and of Tornado Project videos and posters were robust enough that an update was published for the years 1992 to 1995. Significant Tornadoes contains 51 photographs of tornadoes prior to 1970, the most extensive collection published. Grazulis amassed one of 3 authoritative tornado databases, those being the National Tornado Database assembled and maintained by NOAA agencies, the University of Chicago DAPPL database founded by Fujita, which ended at his retirement in 1992, and the Grazulis Tornado Project database. As of 2014, the Grazulis database spans from 1680 to 1995 and includes all known significant tornadoes. Tornado Project. In the early 1990s, he and Doris formed the Tornado Project to market tornado videos, books, and posters. He collaborated with storm chaser Roy Britt to produce the popular Tornado Video Classics series. In 1995, they adapted for television broadcast the collection, producing less advanced videos catering to a wider audience, including Fury on the Plains and Nature's Fury. In 1997, he became a storm chaser, noting that despite his fascination with storms, he had never actually seen a tornado. He saw his first tornado, a very large one, near Tulsa, Oklahoma on Memorial Day of that year. By the late 1990s, Grazulis also constructed a variety of designs of physical simulator models of vortices. He used these for airflow experiments and for displays. Grazulis had long been interested in tornado simulators and included earlier laboratory studies in his TVC documentaries. The Secrets of the Tornado documentary featured a detailed instructional section with an accompanying printed guide for constructing one's own affiliations. Grazulis is a fellow of the American Meteorological Society and was on the Fujita Scale Forum of the Fujita Scale Enhancement Project, which developed the enhanced Fujita scale to supplant the original Fujita scale. Works. Grazulis initially produced documentaries on the earth sciences before focusing on tornadoes and publishing books. He expanded to videos and posters in the 1990s. Grazulis also wrote for Storm Track magazine and presented at meteorological and storm chaser conferences. The following is a list of his major works: The New Jersey Shoreline, Approaching the Unapproachable, Tornado Video Classics I, Tornado Video Classics II, The Magnificent Puzzle, Tornado Video Classics III, Secrets of the Tornado, Violent Tornado Climatology, 1880 to 1982. NUREG, County Route 3670, U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, Washington, D.C., 165 pp. Significant Tornadoes 1680 to 1991, A Chronology and Analysis of Events. Significant Tornadoes Update 1992 to 1995. The Tornado, Nature's Ultimate Windstorm. Grazulis in 2001 penned a book for a general readership, an homage and unofficial update to Snowden D. Flora's classic Tornadoes of the United States, entitled The Tornado, Nature's Ultimate Windstorm. Both were published by the University of Oklahoma Press.